Nova Modul CTS9 is a pistol caliber carbine, or PCC for short. A carbine is a short rifle, but still a shoulder weapon and so a long weapon in the eyes of the law, or SBR, short-barreled rifle in the US. PCCs are the modern evolution of the stock pistol from around the First World War and the submachine guns from the Second World War and onwards. By definition, the PPC is a carbine chambered in a pistol caliber, usually 9mm Luger, that functions semi-auto only. They are used mostly for competition shooting, as they are not powerful enough for hunting, too big for concealed carry or home defense, and not automatic for law enforcement. Competition shooting can either be civilian in sports shooting or military for training in a more cost-effective way. There are two types of PCCs, built on assault rifle platforms like AKM or AR-15 and semi-auto versions of full-auto SMGs like HK MP5 or CZ Scorpion Evo 3. This rifle is named CTS9, meaning competition and tactical shooting. It is chambered in the 9x19 cartridge. It is produced by the Nova Modul company located in Cugir, Romania, the only private company that manufactures weapons in Romania. Nova Modul was established in 1994 in Cugir, a small town located in the foothills of the Carpathian Mountains, where the tradition of building firearms stretches back to the beginning of the last century. It started with the production of metallic devices, then weapon parts, and then moved on to complete firearms production. Most of the products were exported to the US, but recently it started to sell on the European and Romanian markets directly. The production, at least for now, is centered around the AKM platform family of guns. CTS9 is the newest design of the firm, introduced at the beginning of 2023. It's a PCC on the AKM platform in the 9mm Parabellum caliber, and it uses CZ Scorpion magazines. The length in the official specification is 710 to 795 mm. It depends on the telescopic buttstock. Mine, with the butt fully extended and with the muzzle device, is 810 mm long. The weight is 3 kg with the wood furniture and 3.2 kg with the plastic furniture. My variant with FAB Defense furniture and the heavy optics dust cover made of steel gets to 4 kg with the LPVO 4.5 kg. The barrel is 11 inches long or 283 mm. The rifling twist is 1 in 10 inches or 1 in 250 mm. The muzzle is threaded in order to attach muzzle devices. The thread is 1x2 x 28 TPI, the standard thread on the AR-15 platform, so attaching common compensators or silencers is easy. From the factory it comes with an AK style slanted compensator, but I changed it to a matte competition V3 compensator as it is more efficient. The CTS9 uses standard AKM furniture. I bought a gun in the CTS9C configuration with wooden furniture that is intended to be replaced with other furniture of your choosing. The company also offers the CTS9T variant with black polymer furniture that is a little pricier. I wanted non-black furniture, so I got the cheaper C Classic variant and installed FAB Defense AKM furniture in the FDE color that fitted perfectly. The problem with the AKM platform is the mounting of optical devices. On most of the guns in this family there is or can be mounted a side rail for SVD type scopes. But on the CTS, the side rail cannot be mounted because of the bolt release button. So the standard version has an aluminum Picatinny rail for lightweight optics, like red dots, on the standard dust cover. For heavier optics, like scopes, a separate special dust cover designed specifically for them can be purchased. It is made out of forged steel and it does its job, but the price is more than half a kilo in weight. I have it already mounted on the gun from the factory. On it, it's a cheap but capable vector optics LPVO. More about it in a future video. A specific feature of the CTS model is the last round hold open. This is permitted by the use of the CZ Scorpion magazine that are designed specifically for SMGs and PCCs. The piece of the follower that actuates the bolt hold open is this part situated in the rear. The bolt can be released from the button on the left side, very useful for dynamic reloads. Even though it looks like a button, it is more like a lever. You need to push it down to release the bolt. From the factory, the CTS comes with only one 10-round magazine. The floor plate has been cut in order to fit in the magwell. If it's an original floor plate, it doesn't fit because of these parts, these things. There are other magazines on the market of bigger capacity that fit very well, like this 20-rounder. The safety lever has also been upgraded from the AKM standard. It has a second paddle, this one, in the middle where it can be reached with the index finger without breaking the grip. There is also a cut here in the upper side that allows the safety to be engaged when the bolt is in the rear position. The trigger is a standard AKM trigger and it's quite heavy. The company made it heavy on purpose because the CTS is intended for tactical purposes too, where the trigger should allow the operator the chance to change its mind at the rapid changes of scenery. The charging handle is reciprocating like all AKMs, but it's cylindrical for better handling. The magazine adapter and the magwell are made out of plastic. The magwell is extended and flared out for faster magazine insertion during dynamic reloads. The magazine release pedal is also enlarged. This assembly is done like any other AK, with the exception of the first step. In order to remove the dust cover, the screw in the back needs to be loosened first. And then standard pushing the rear button and lifting the dust cover forward that is hinged in place of the rear sight. Then we remove the recoil spring and remove the plastic rear buffer. This buffer limits the bolt travel to the rear. Next, it's the bolt. It's not bolt carrier and bolt like in a normal AK. The whole piece is just the bolt, and in place of the gas piston is just steel weight. This is because the gun operates on the simple blowback action, so the mass of the bolt and the recoil spring are the only forces that keep the bolt closed long enough for the bullet to exit the barrel and pressure to drop to safe levels before the bolt starts moving rearwards. The feeding ramp has a small protrusion in the middle, this one. This is because the CZ magazine is double stack, double feed. This means that the rounds enter the chamber from the left and the right alternatively. Reassembly is done in the reverse order. Put the bolt, then the buffer, then the spring, and the last step is slamming the heavy dust cover with some force. You need to make sure that this button doesn't have any play. Then you need to screw the rear screw, either with a coin if there is no scope, or with a screwdriver in one of these holes if there is a scope, so you can still tighten the screw when there's a scope on it. I made some markings on the rear side, left, right and center, to check that the dust cover closes in the exact same position. Because I intend to use the CTS for competitions, I tested it for precision at the range. I prepared it for the new Rifle 1500 event of the WA 1500 PPC competition, where you need to shoot at 7, 15, 25 and 50 yards on this target that is 63 by 30 centimeters. So I tested different ammo brands at 50 yards from a rest. The precision was around 9 MOA with cheap Winchester ammo and around 5 MOA with Gecko and Cellier Belot. It's important to find the ammo that works best in your gun. I also tested the heavy optics dust cover. I shot a group, took down the scope, opened the cover, closed it, mounted the scope back on, and then shot another group. The point of impact and the size of the group did not change, so the heavy optics dust cover does keep the zero. A 5 MOA precision is normal for factory 9x19 ammo. I tested an HK SP5 and got the same result. On the net I found very few actual precision data, but what I could find was also around this value. So 4-5 MOA is okay, 3.5 MOA is very good, usually with special or hand-loaded ammo. Under 3 MOA is fantastic. And here are a few test shots at the range. The CTS9 is a very pleasant shooting weapon. It has a low price and is very reliable. I shot almost 1000 rounds with it and I had no malfunctions. It loaded, fired, extracted and ejected every round I put through it, and the bolt stayed open on the empty mag every time. But it does have a drawback, its weight. At 4 kilos it's quite heavy. A PCC on the AR-15 platform or a CZ Scorpion are at least 1 kilogram lighter. For dynamic competitions like IPSC, where you need to run from one target to the other, a light gun is an advantage. So maybe the heavy optics dust cover can be removed to gain almost a kilo. On the other side, the great weight due to the all-steel construction makes the gun very solid and very reliable. The CTS prototype was tested with over 10,000 rounds without cleaning and it had no problems. Overall, I like the Nova Modul CTS9. It's an interesting gun that deserves to be tried out.